Wednesday morning. I was just looking at, I put up this background music there, nice cool pond. It's actually a little bit warm in Florida this morning. I thought I'd put that up. I thought it looked kind of neat there. I like to change my backgrounds around every day if I can. Let's just see what the temperature is here this morning. What's the temperature in DeLand, Florida?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
She didn't catch that. Let's try again. What's the temperature in DeLand, Florida?
In DeLand, it's mostly clear and 67, with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 81 in the forecast.
I think she's a little lax. We've been getting up to about 86. And the weather guy this morning said it was 71 this morning. So it's nice. I enjoy this kind of weather. Now up north, I think they were getting warmer. Let's check again. What's the temperature in Worcester, Ohio? Let's see what they say.
There's a flood warning in effect until 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Hey, Larry.
In Worcester, it's partly cloudy and 62, with light rain and a high of 66 in the forecast.
Yeah, so it's warmer up north. Hey, Larry, how you doing? Good to see you online. This morning we YouTube has changed our monetization around, which this means that for everybody else, you won't see no more ads on my page. Good. God, I see. Hey, did you buy that new antenna, Larry? I know you said you was looking at it. I know we really like our antenna. It really picks up good. Installation wasn't too bad either. The biggest part, not yet. Okay. Hey, I would recommend that what was it, King antenna? We've been using it for a couple weeks now, and it picks up really good. The only part, you have to drill a 2 1/4 inch hole in your roof, and it's a little unnerving. Say it would be nice if I could send you a picture on here. Yeah, that would be nice on these chats if you could send a picture back and forth. But one of these days maybe they'll have it that way where you can send a picture up. But at this point I don't think they do. I've been experimenting around using different phones. My phone, it seemed like the voice was kind of gravelly. So I climbed up on top of a bus parked next to me at the storage area. Okay. And so anyways, took some pictures. Oh, on top of your road track. I see. I see. I do that with my drone. I'm always taking pictures on top of the road truck from my drone. So, well, anyways, we've been experimenting with phones. My phone, it seemed like my voice was so gravelly and in and out. And so we switched, and I've been using Sue's phone. I used it in yesterday's morning's chat, and the picture didn't seem so good. Well, then I got looking after the chat. It looked like we had hers on mobile data and not on the Wi-Fi, so the Wi-Fi signal should be a lot stronger, so it should be a little better this morning. I keep experimenting around trying to make these things better. Hey, Larry, what's the temperature like up there in Wisconsin? Are you guys warming up? I know it's starting to. I mean, actually, summer's here. Oh, looks and sound good. Great. I'm glad it's working good because I was having a couple little issues. We did a video yesterday. Went out to the St. Johns River, and we did a live stream. Already posted my temperature. Oh, I probably missed it. Sometimes it goes by and I miss things. I only see a little bit on my screen here. Oh, wait a minute, 22 here. I saw that. If I look down, I have my screen open down here. I do that when 22. Yeah, what happens here is the phone, when I look straight at the phone, because if I look down, I'm not looking up at the camera, and I only see a couple little chats. Comes up on that screen, so I have to look down here at the computer, and then I can see the whole list of chats this way on it. It's I watch some other guys that do live streams, and you'll put a comment and they miss it. Well, sometimes it goes by so fast that you totally miss it. Now, I haven't had that problem because I don't get that many that comes on live uh, on it. So, but yeah, you have to keep your going, looking here and looking there, make sure that you're not missing nothing. So 22, St. John River runs through Jacksonville up north. Yep, it does. I put a video up yesterday. What we did is we took and did it on Facebook. Sometimes YouTube stream is kind of weak. I don't know why. And so I did it on Facebook, and then I saved that file, and then I uploaded it onto YouTube. I don't know, sometimes I even have trouble getting good reception sitting right beside my router here in the house, and I don't understand that, but I've noticed Facebook don't seem to have that problem that I do on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube cuts you down or not. YouTube plays games, like I said, they demonetize. What monetization was is, you get a little bit of pay for each channel somebody watches, and it's very little, but a little bit helps. But unless you have now 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view a year, they no longer will let you do that. And it was kind of handy, you had a couple bucks here to play with a gadget, add to my channel. But as of today, they took it off, so I'm no longer have pesky ads because people can come watch my channel because you don't have ads. We're ad free. And I even tried doing this. Yeah, 3 cents per view. Yeah, it's about 3 cents per view. It's very, very tiny, But, you start getting a lot, it'll add up. You can maybe get 40, 50 bucks a month, And that buys little toys, little gadgets and stuff for my channel. So it does add up. Yeah, like per view. And actually, my channel is just coming up on 75,000 views since I've had it going, which is not too bad, really. But subscriber-wise, I've got like 226 subscribers, and it's far off from the 1,000 that I need. So it'll probably be a long time before they ever monetize me again. It's I kind of understand what they did. There's so many kids. Yeah, millions. Yeah, times. Yeah, it's $3,000 for a million views. Yeah. Well, what happens? Young kids put junk up here and play around, and kids breed off of kids, and they get tons of subscribers and watches, and they're paying these kids for pretty much junk. I know all my videos aren't the highest quality, but I try to make a decent video and be helpful in that. And you get penalized for what the kids are doing. So they're trying to get rid of them. But in the meantime, there's a lot of good small channels that have quit. They just they were trying to build it and they just quit. And I've noticed that. I'm always looking for more. I like to watch YouTube videos. Television has so much junk on it. I like to find good stuff on YouTube, and I've noticed there's less stuff of them right now because YouTube's knocked a lot of the little channels out, and they had a lot of good quality. So shame on you, YouTube. It's like you're. And what the part that don't make sense? Instead of going by numbers, why doesn't YouTube go in and look at content of certain channels, and if somebody has just junk or vulgar or whatever, just get rid of them instead of putting the numbers game, playing the number game out there and hurting small channels that are trying to be helpful. It's it's more like sucking people into clicking in ads, and then actually watching the videos, and that's true. It's about money. Everything's about money. That's what they. Everybody wants to make some money, but sometimes they get greedy too. On it. So, but yeah, it's like YouTube's a great format. You can learn. Even if I know how to do something, I'll still jump on YouTube and look at a few videos, and because you learn new little tricks. Oh wow, I didn't know that. And it can help you out. Yeah, so you just get a small cut of the ad revenue that YouTube makes. They get a big cut, and you get just a tiny little cut. And so they just share it because you really should. If they're making money off of your videos, they should give you a little cut for it, because you're the one that actually takes the time and putting one together and making it. So it's only right that the creator should get a little bit of something for it, you know. And you know, there's people out there. I mean, there's a lot of them that actually make a living. I know some right here next town over that does Disney stuff, and that's all they do. They use YouTube as their source of living, and you know, they get tons of followers. You know, I would think the dangerous part of putting yourself in a position that just using YouTube as income is just like what they did to the small one overnight. Bam, they just cut you off, and you would be out of a job. You know, I guess you can get fired any other job too. Yeah, you follow a couple that's live has full off the revenue. Yeah, and so what I have been doing here since they pulled these game were the Ruscos. Oh yeah, I've watched them. Yeah, I watch the Ruscos all the time. Well, what I have done is I search out long, long honeymoon. Yeah, yeah, I search out the small, tiny channels that are under that, and I try to support them. You know, there's a lot of them that really do a good effort, but they're smashed down because of the silly restrictions they put on you, and they're just trying to, you know, make a little side income on it. You know, Love Your RV is another one. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching, you know, I watch a lot of the RV ones. There's one kid I watch, I can't remember the name of his program right now, but he's so goofy. He lives in a van, and he's always sick. He's constantly thinking, I think I'm getting carbon monoxide poisoning. And we've been starting to watch him, and he's just kind of goofy. But for some reason, and he's got tons of views, his videos are goofy as heck, but I keep going back and watching them, you know. Several other of these couples also have a Patreon set up, yeah. And Patreon, you know, will if you can set it up account. Somebody can give you $1 a month, and I don't know. I thought about that, just the heck of it, set one up just to see if anybody would. I kind of doubt if they would give me $1 a month. But yeah, that's what we do a lot. We watch a ton of YouTube videos. And I said a lot of road trek, a lot of camping videos. I got to watching these videos, these guys going camping in the wintertime up north in the cold weather, and what they do. And I mean, these guys would be out in like 30 below zero, and they're camping, and a lot of them are promoting products like a certain sleeping bag and stuff they cook on, and you know, things like that. And you know, but they're fun to watch. I just cannot believe they live that. Yeah, so you're by yourself and you watch a lot of YouTubes all day. Yeah, that's you know, you tend to do that. I mean, me and Sue, we do that a lot, just because a lot of stuff. There's time periods during the day that if we have something on television, there's nothing good, and so I'll throw in a bunch. You know, oh, it's a big day for your wife. What's going on with your wife today, Larry? Yeah, so then we'll watch a bunch of YouTubes when just nothing but junk on television, you know. So you meet her at 8:30 this morning. So what do you guys, what you and your wife up to today? What's happening exciting? Yeah, we enjoyed yesterday. Went out by the river, and I said took some videos. Going to HR to review and sign her up for retirement. All right, that's a cool thing. I tell you what, retirement is wonderful. You guys are gonna love it. You deserve it. You know, you spend your life working hard, and it's your time to kick back, relax. She'll have 32 in the VA hospital next month. Wow, that's a long time. I had about 30 years in my upholstery shop that I actually started working pretty much full time when I was about 10 years old. We lived on a farm, and you know, we'd spend 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours at night milking cows. That's pretty much a full-time job. So you're going into a year 6 of retirement this year. Yeah, see, I'm just coming into 3 years in March here. I got it March 3 years ago, and I'm just turning 65, and now I get Medicare. I have never had insurance in my entire life, and so as of March 1st, I'll have insurance, health care, something I've never had. So I don't know if that'll change much in my life, but at least I have it if I need it. So, uh, it's pretty good. Oh, thanks, Larry. It was, it's kind of nice just to know that you have coverage. If something was to come up, you at least have coverage. Before I never had nothing. I never went to the doctor. I've been, as I count up, I've been to the doctor 3 times in my entire life. So you've never been without. Yeah, most people have insurance. I think when I was wee little, I think I might have had insurance with my parents. I think they probably had me covered. Uh, I'm not sure about that, but I imagine they did. But my adult life, I have never had insurance. Well, I've always been self-employed, and self-employed, you just don't make much money, and insurance is expensive. So it was just something I never found in my budget, and I was lucky, never needed it. Never been to a hospital day in my life, and I said I've been about 3 days or 3 times to the doctor. So you worked 35 years and never took a sick. Yeah, that's I never took sick days. When I mean I worked for myself, and I guess I could take a little time, but the times where I actually worked for other people, I did take. I'll back up. I had worked actually at one upholstery shop. One of the benefits was we got 10 sick days per year. Now, if you didn't use them, they didn't mount up. You didn't get them or nothing. They just went away. And so me and another guy used to work with him there. We would kind of, if we was going to take a day off or sick, we'd kind of tell each other so we didn't leave them without anybody. And so I would claim my benefit by calling in sick. And I don't know if that was right or wrong, but it was the only way that you would get that benefit is by taking it. So I did use those. But as a rule, I never did call in sick just because I was sick. I really couldn't afford it. It seemed like I never made enough money that I could do without a day's pay. And that was the only job I ever had that had any time off for sick leave. All the other ones didn't give you nothing for sick leave. And of course, when you're self-employed, you don't get no benefits. You don't get no sick leave. You don't get no paid holidays. You don't get no vacations. You don't get nothing. But you do, being self-employed has its advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, so you did sick days for like when you had tests and you need you have a tooth out or something, have appointments there and you could use them. And that makes sense. But you're not really sick, but you're taking care of your health, and that makes a lot of sense that you need to use those days for that. If I was done things again, being self-employed, I don't believe I would have, just because the benefits just wasn't there. You had some freedoms. If I wanted to take, say, a Friday off to go do something, I just did it. The only thing, I was governed by how much work I had to do in my shop. So you had freedom. I set my own hours. As you can tell, I'm an early morning person. I always had my shop right here at the house. I did all my upholstery work right at home, and so I'd get up. I'd always be on the shop by 5 in the morning and start working. But by noon or so, I had my day done. I put my 8 hours in, got everything I need to get done, so I had my afternoons free. And that worked for me. Some people don't like getting up early, So you was a salaried employee, so you could take the time off and you're getting, and salaries, salary can be great, but it can have a downfall too. If I understand how that works, if they want you to work more, you can. So your 8-hour day was completed by 12:30. See, that's great. That's great. And that's the way I've always been. I had to get up, get things done. I don't know if that came from the days that I was. I grew up on a farm. We got up 4 o'clock in the morning and milked cows, and I don't know if that's just a habit was instilled in me as a kid. So you started work at 4:30. Yeah, and that's great. It's like that's my type of day. I just love getting up early. I enjoy getting up early. People will say they have to drag themselves out of bed. I don't have that problem. It's like I'm ready to get up. I was laying there this morning. It's like I woke up at 4, and I didn't get up right away, but I was up shortly after that. I'm just ready to get up, get out of bed, ready to get going for the day. I actually feel the best in the mornings. Right now, as soon as I woke up, get a little coffee in me, get myself moving, I don't feel too bad, but usually I try to do all my work or things I need to do around the house here in the morning, and by noon I'm kind of wore out, and now I kick back and relax, do whatever I feel like the rest of the day. Take naps. That's the best part of retirement. It's afternoon naps. So yeah, you've been. I kind of took it there. You were like me. You were just a early morning person. Some people are. Some people aren't. Sue is not as much of an early morning person as I am. She's not up yet. If we're going to do something early in the morning, she'll get up, and if we're going to go out and do something early. But, if we're not doing nothing, she'll just hang out for a while. Usually around 7 or 7:30 she gets up. But, that works for her, and that's what she likes. So, hey, I always try to keep these around 20 minutes. I don't know. It seems like 20 minutes is enough. So, hey, Larry, I'm glad you stopped by this morning. I just love it when people stop by and chat on this. This is a morning coffee chat, just like what me and Larry's been doing this morning, is just chatting about different things off and on. Could be about anything. I put up a little video this morning about living in an RV. It's mainly me driving and talking about it, but it's interesting. We just chatted on about it. I've got a few more. We went out yesterday, took quite a bit of video out along the river and Pontoon Island and places like that. So I'll be putting those up. Yeah, check it out, Larry. I got one I'm going to be adding up we were actually driving around taking some video, and we were talking about this school situation with these shootings in the schools. And just by chance, we decided to drive past DeLand High School here, and it was on lockdown. There was some kid had a cell phone that looked like a gun, and it was stuck in his holster, and it looked like a gun sticking out of his holster. And they nailed him. They arrested him. They had a news conference on, and the police says, if he would have just reached and went to pick that up to answer the phone looking like a gun, they possibly would have opened fire on him, thinking that they were in danger, and it was just a cell phone. And to put yourself in danger like that it's craziness. They don't think. So we just happened to be gone by the high school when the cops were there, and school was all locked down like a prison. Crazy world. So yeah, kids just don't think, and they need to think. I don't know. I suppose we didn't think either, but I don't know. I didn't never carry a gun to school or play gun to school. Either ways. Okay, hey, we're gonna get out of here. Hey, Larry, have a good day. Congratulations on your wife securing things to go for retirement there. That's just awful. Yeah, schools are all over the place having trouble. So, hey, well, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Leave comments. We like comments, even if you're not live here. I know a lot of you watch afterwards, and leave a comment. We'll talk about it tomorrow. So, everybody enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.